Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Hate It or Love It podcast. This week, I have my friend Zenai on.
How you doing?
Before we start, I haven't done episodes in I think 2 weeks. It hasn't been anything that deep, or actually last week it was because I had a paper and stuff due for school, but the week before that it wasn't anything that deep. I just didn't feel like doing an episode that week, but here I am, and the reason I waited so long is because this is going to be a big episode. Zenai is very opinionated.
Oh, gosh.
If you guys follow me on Instagram, then you already know what I mean, because this episode is going to be about relationships and the opinions that we have on it, because when me and her talk about relationships, we got some serious opinions.
Yeah.
So before we get into it, first off, Zenai, introduce yourself.
Okay, hi, I'm Zenai, 21. Been friends with Tevin for a while now.
You gotta look at the camera up there.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I've been friends with Tevin
That
for a
camera.
while. Which one? This one?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wait, are we gonna edit this? Alright. I've been knowing Tevin for a while now, and I'm really excited to do this podcast. I feel like this is going to be interesting. It might ruffle a couple feathers, but we need to talk about the stances on relationships.
We gonna get into some
men
shit.
and women. Yeah. So.
We gonna get into some shit. But before that, y'all know what I like to do when I first invite someone on. We just talk about our friendship history and whatever. So I think I first met you back in 2014, right?
Yeah, I'm like, how long have we been friends?
For a long fucking time.
Yeah.
All I know is the first time I met her, so she's cousins with my friend Mike,
Yes.
who I hope to have on the podcast. Mike, if you're watching, please get on someday. But I walked out of my house because he asked me to play basketball, and all of a sudden you were just right there. So I'm just like, hi, new face.
Yeah, I had just met my cousins too. I didn't know them till I was 6 or 7, and then I started hanging around them and their mom's house, and then I met Tevin and some other people. So yeah,
some other people. But
So.
Yeah. Ever since then, we just been
We've been
cool.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's one of my go-to friends for relationship advice, especially for girls and whatever.
Yeah, we're definitely really close, and we talk a lot, and I feel like we can talk about things that people might be afraid to walk on eggshells about, but we're good with being open with each other.
Yeah, I would probably say that she is definitely one of my best female friends. Not over you, Kirsten, you don't have to worry, but definitely number 2, at least at the top of my head, number 2. But
Yeah, we're good friends.
So, like we said, we're going to get into it about this relationship shit. And I feel like we're going to piss a lot of people off this episode, but that's kind of what I want, because I want ratings, I want views, I want all that.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so what do you want to get into first? The dating scene and whatever?
Okay, yeah, we can get into that.
All right, so I guess you could start that, because this is something she wanted to talk about.
Okay, so as far as the dating scene, I feel like from a woman's perspective, I've been seeing just women, more nowadays. I guess it's about what we can get from men, and milking men and stuff, rather than really getting to know them and the content of their character and who they are. Because it's all about money. But even if you have money, you treat me like shit. What does that mean? So
Yeah.
we need to set our standards higher as women. Even for ourselves. What are we worth? So.
Yeah, I feel that. Is that stuff you went through?
No, actually, funny. I just been seeing what I've been consuming on social media, from the dating scene, even the dating apps. I've never really been on a dating app. I'm more a long-term relationship person, but just from what I've seen around in my friends, women are just, I don't know, we not really into men for who they are nowadays. It's more what we could get from them as far as dating. So, and two, I think it's about what are your intentions with dating? Like, are you intentionally dating to settle down? You know, like, what do you really want out of this relationship? So,
Yeah, I feel that because contrary to popular belief, I'm actually a guy that do want a long-term relationship, and I feel like guys like us don't get highlighted a lot. Kind of like if you go on social media or you look at like what most people guys say about dating, they always concentrate on like fuck boys and stuff like
mm-hmm.
that. But there is guys like us out there. But see, the problem with guys like us is we get fucked over, like how a lot of these
Right.
girls be like talking about. Like a lot of the stories that girls say with like fuckboy stories about how they get screwed over. Trust me, I'm basically the male version of those stories. The women I dated and shit, like a lot of them ain't shit.
Yeah.
And to be honest, most of them have never apologized for most of the things they've done, except for one. But I'm not gonna say her name. I'm not gonna put her out there. But besides one, yeah, the rest of these women know they ain't shit, but they just don't own up to it.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's a disconnect because we're like saying the same thing. We want the same thing from each other, you know? So why is it so hard? You know, like even with like women feeling like we get ran over by men and stuff, but like you said, there are still good men out there, you know, and they get fucked over by like bad women, you know. So um, it's just fucked up on both sides, you know. But
See, the thing I always said, but I don't feel like a lot of people agree with me, is like basically men and women both ain't shit. I've always said
yeah,
that
I mean, yeah,
because it's like we kind of project a lot of what men do, and don't get me wrong, there is a lot of shitty guys out there. I will admit that, but it's almost like just like how I said I dealt with a lot of shitty women. Like nobody likes talking about that.
right.
So
Bad experiences with women and how like you know, the fuck boys, even like, well, how did they become that way? Some of them are just fuck boys, but just like some girls got their heart broken, like some men have gotten their heart broken too, you know, and they're like fuck women, you know, and they're not like fuck women for no reason. Like a woman like broke their heart and did something messed up to them, you know, and like you said, never apologized, and that's another thing, um, which I didn't want to like jump into another topic, but with women taking accountability, you know, like in relationships and just in general with men. So
yeah, you know that's never gonna happen.
I know,
Accountability
but
never
it
happens, and
it
it's sad.
it like I do. So it's like it's still women out there. It's just like very far and few between in this new culture, you know, with women expressing how they feel and, you know, men can't say anything about it. It's kind of like messing stuff up, you know. So
You know, one thing, and I was just talking about this with Steve earlier, but one of the things I feel like is wrong with dating in this generation, I kind of feel like everybody, at least to me, is a little too entitled. Like when it comes to men, like it's like men just kind of expect women to give up everything without them bringing anything to the table. But then also with women, like I even remember seeing on Twitter like a few months ago, they you know when they were saying the whole conversation about like, oh, what do men and women bring to the table?
right.
What like a viral tweet that was like said by a woman was, I'm bringing myself to the table, and it's just like, do you know how like pretentious you sound right now? Like,
Yeah.
what is special about
You,
you?
yeah,
Like,
specifically you.
do you work hard? Do you
Right.
make a lot of money? Like, what do you bring to the table?
Right.
Like, if you come into my life, how are you making me better?
Wait, are we going to the next topic? Because I was going to speak on it.
Are we just going with the flow?
Okay. So as far as bringing stuff to the table, yeah, I definitely feel like women feel like, you know, you bring yourself, but like that says a lot because who are you as a person? Obviously, a man bringing stuff to the table equates to, you know, protection and money, you know, sustainability for the both of you. But as a woman, like, obviously we don't bring money to the table. The man brings that, but are you a support system for him? You know, like, are you there for him? Are you someone he could come to If you guys live together, are you like holding the house down while he works? Are you cooking and cleaning? You know, like, but we're so far removed from those traditional roles. You know, women are like, what the fuck? Why the fuck would I, you know, like, do that? Like,
but see, the crazy thing.
But what are you bringing if you're not bringing that?
The crazy thing is, I don't even want a woman that follows those traditional roles. Like, I mean, obviously, it's in my nature to want to protect whoever I'm with, and then if we have kids, obviously, I'm gonna do whatever to protect them too. Mm-hmm. But it's like, I want a girl that's kind of a boss on her own, and I know that's something a lot of guys won't say, but like, I kind of want a girl that don't need me at all, like, because I remember saying this to one of my female friends. I'm not gonna name who. But I told them that I want a girl that's a boss, like make her own money. She don't need me. Like she could leave me and still be fine. And she was like, "Oh no, I want a man to take care of me." And like I understand, you know that because that's kind of how we're raised to think. But it's like I want a girl that has her own thing, just because that shows traits of like a strong person.
Right.
But also it's. Damn, I was gonna say something.
Like you can sustain on your own type thing.
Yeah, but so the main thing I was gonna say is that shows that the person actually does love and care for you. Like if they don't need you,
it's not about what you provide for them as far as transactionally, like what they can give to you. Yeah, you're saying as far as like money and stuff, or even a house, shelter, like
like obviously I'm gonna want to do that for you just because I love and care about you. Mm-hmm. But it's like I know that you love me. Are you expecting
that from me? Yeah, is the thing. Yeah, right.
So that's just something I'm big on. Mm-hmm. What's something like you're big on with a guy that you date?
Something big on, you know, I just gotta add something to it. Oh gosh. Oh, trying to be in a single life. No, but honestly, I like someone who can be themselves. Like seriously, can be themselves, and like isn't afraid to be themselves and be authentic and unapologetically them. And someone who's just passionate about something. You know, like you want something out of this life. Mm-hmm. And you have like goals that you're working towards, you know, and like you said, not even for me, but for yourself, you know, like you want something for yourself out of this life. So, and you have a direction, you know, and a goal and a process, you know, like you have a vision. I like that in men.
Yeah, I can feel that. I like that when it comes to women. Mm-hmm. And okay. Now I'm just sitting here asking questions, but like, so how do you feel about like crazy, like wild type guys? Like, how do you feel about guys that like to go out and party all the time?
I don't know.
Or that has like a wild lifestyle? Because I know for me, like when I talk to a girl, I kind of like. Or personally, I'm someone I like to stay home. I rather like watch a Netflix show or a movie.
I want somebody. Yeah, I'm a homebody, so I feel like I would want a homebody like me. Yeah, I don't like the club isn't my scene, so I feel like I wouldn't mesh with somebody that likes to go to the club and stuff. I mean, that's cool sometimes, but like I don't know. We're in our 20s, so people be going to the club like every weekend. Yeah, like that's not really my scene, but.
I'd be mixed on that because, like, I want a nice girl, but then I know some nice girls just stay at the house a lot sometimes. But it's like sometimes I do like, I don't know. I guess with me, it just depends on how I'm feeling that day.
Yeah, I was gonna say because even like, I mean, I'm a home like I like to go out, but like I'm a homebody at the same time, you know. So I don't know. It just depends, I guess, on the girl. Because she could like to like never go out, or she could go out like once in a while, like me. So. And
then you got those girls where like they stay in for so long that when they do finally go out, they do some wild shit. That seems to be my dating history.
Yeah, they can't like contain themselves. Yeah. Oh gosh.
So, as far as like dating apps and like the dating scene, so. Have you ever used any of the dating apps?
Never. I used Bumble, but I didn't use it for dating. I used it for like friends.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like
I
I've never.
I'm
Ever,
not gonna lie. I tried that at one point, but I felt weird swiping on guys. Like I know it's the friend
yeah,
thing, but I'm just like,
yeah.
why am I over here? Like, what am I judging their friendship on? Their looks?
I
Like,
know. Yeah, it's a bunch of pictures and like a little description. Yeah, it's probably weirder for guys.
and then finding out like other guys swiped on me, I'm just like,
So what do we say to each other? Like,
yeah, like hi,
hey, hey, bro.
what's good?
Yeah. No, seriously.
So you try to go out Friday?
No, yeah. It's weirder for guys to make friends on apps. But for girls too, because even like I've texted like girls and like we've had conversations, but like, I don't know. At some point it's like, okay, like what do you say now? You know, like.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like friendships come better organically. But
Me
then
too.
sometimes it just literally happens out of nowhere. Like a lot of the friends that I have, kind of like you, just literally happens out of nowhere. Nobody's making an effort. It just happens.
Yeah. We literally just met like through my cousin playing outside.
I remember, or just a quick story of like my friend Josh, who was on the podcast before. We became friends because literally one of my friends and one of his friends stepped out of the room, and we were just sitting in his dorm by ourselves. And out of nowhere, we just started talking.
Talking about shit.
We were just like, "Can guys and girls be friends?" Yeah, and then like that simple thing, that simple thing led us to like a million conversations. So yeah,
I feel like we're like breaking off into friendships for a second, but I will say I agree with you on that. It's like better when it's organically, and like friendships nowadays, I feel like it's weird because it is social media, you know, and we are like always on the phones and like looking through and scrolling through people's shit and stuff, but like we see them, but we don't really know like who they are, you know, like we only see their life on social media, you know. So
real quick on the topic of social media, how do you feel like social media affects relationships and dating nowadays?
Oh gosh, I feel like because I'm thinking about guys like following a bunch of Instagram models and girls like going through the phones and shit. Look,
guys, don't feel ashamed. I
I understand though, like from a woman's perspective, how that could make you mad. I don't know, cause if your girl was following a bunch of like bodybuilders, would that make you mad? I feel like I understand the girl's perspective. At the same time, you're never gonna meet these bitches in real life. You know what I'm saying? But I get like why you would be mad. Like niggas I fuck with don't even got social media, so y'all be safe. But but I get it. Because I don't got social media either.
But for me, see now when you ask that, I feel like at least for me, it's like to a certain extent because I mean I told you the story how one of my exes got mad about old messages and like old stuff and like looking through my follower list and seeing that I'm following like all these models and stuff like that. But the thing is, when I first started dating that girl, I stopped doing it because I'm like, okay, I'm in a relationship now. I don't feel the need to do that.
Right.
But it's like, even if I was still doing it, I can see how you could be annoyed. But it's also like, just like what you said, it's like you're never gonna meet that person.
Right.
I feel like when I say that to like a certain extent, it's like if my girl is following someone that, okay, she may find him attractive, just as long as she's not sitting here.
Yeah, I
like,
was gonna say it's a thin line between like looking at somebody and being like, oh, they're cute, and like lusting after somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Like as long as she's not bringing them up out of nowhere and like having like mad posters
or
on
like
her.
always like scrolling through his page or something.
But yeah, if she sends a picture to her friends or like mentions that she thinks she's like that she thinks he's cute, I'm not gonna.
People do that. Yeah.
I'm not gonna make a big deal about it because it's like if you were standing, if me and the guy that you know find attractive or whatever celebrity is standing right in front of you, you're not gonna leave me for him, or at least I hope you don't.
But that's the thing now. People, have you seen on social media with celebrity crushes is a thing. Like people are like, if you got a celebrity crush, you fan the fuck out. and all this stuff. Like, I would never date somebody that has a celebrity crush because that means if you could get with that person, you would.
Oh, hell no.
So, I don't know. People have the reservations about that.
But see, my thing is, I have a celebrity crush on Cardi B, but I'm not going to leave. Well, then again, Cardi B's married in real life. But say she's not with Offset.
If she wasn't with Offset and you were in a relationship.
Yeah, I'm not going to leave my girl for Cardi B. Now, unless that girl's like toxic or whatever and I have a reason to leave, then yeah. But like, if you're a good girl to me and we have a good relationship, why would that even cross my mind?
Well, people feel like, I don't know, I guess more people feel like people do, like, would consider them, because if you lusting after them, I guess they feel like you would be with that person if you could be, you know. I don't know.
But see, even my ex, she wasn't even like that because, like, oh, like, if you were single, you would be with... Like, she was like that because, oh, I don't look like that girl. Mm-hmm. But it's like, you don't have to look like her. And that's what I was going to say,
too. It's more... And that's the thing, too. It's insecurities, you know, to a certain point. Like, with social media and then with dating, you know, because you're looking like, oh, he or she is following all these people and, you know, you find them attractive and I don't look like that, you know? So it's like, do you find me attractive?
But see, any girl that dates me, you guys shouldn't be looking at my follower list for that because I have a wide range of girls that I like. Zenai seen it. Yeah. She knows all the girls that I like, and like not one looks the same from the other. The only common traits that people find from girls that I like is, okay, well, we know one of the reasons why. But they usually have like pretty faces, long hair. I love girls with long hair, and then maybe they're short, but like none of them look the same as far as skin tone, eyes, nothing like that. It just...
Yeah, it's not really a type.
Exactly. So, yeah, people really be going crazy when it comes to like dating and like social media and stuff like that. Almost like when... You remember when Instagram used to have that feature where like you could see what other people was doing?
Yes. Like when they when they like people's posts or they follow somebody.
Yeah, I know that used to start hella drama.
Yeah, that was messy.
That shit was crazy because I remember in high school just like going through that. I wouldn't go through it that much, but like I would go through that, and I would see like my friends leaving comments under other girls' pictures when they're dating somebody, and I'm like,
messy.
Boy, you know you about to get yourself in trouble.
Yes. Well, I heard they got this new feature now. I don't know. I'm not on Instagram that much, but where people could see if you viewed their profile. I know they have that on TikTok, but I heard they had it on Instagram.
Oh, so shit. If they got that on Instagram,
that's going to be messy.
They got that on Instagram. I'm fucked.
Yeah. Make a burner account. Shit.
Damn. A couple of boyfriends is about to DM me wanting to fight now. God damn. But, yeah, that is another thing on TikTok, which I do be seeing people look at my account, which I'm just like, what are you looking at? Because I don't have anything on there. But
me either. You don't have any videos, right? Me either.
I got like just videos promoting my music, but my album cover has me looking like a baby. So if you want to see a baby photo of me, like if that's what you're going to my page for, then all right.
I don't have any videos, and I got like 99 profile views, but I don't like look at it because I feel like I would be obsessed with it. You know what I'm saying? With who's viewing my profile, so I don't even look.
Yeah. That's crazy. Someone that's close to one of my friends even be looking at my profile, and I'm like, you better get out of here before drama starts. So
yes.
But yeah. There was another thing about social media I was gonna bring up, but then I forgot. Damn, what was it? Okay, well, moving on from that. Outside of like dating apps, how do you feel about like being single in this, you know, in this generation of dating? Like, what do you think about that? Because I definitely have thoughts about being single.
Okay, so little disclaimer for y'all. I just got single.
Well,
I was in a relationship.
I didn't know if you wanted to touch on that.
No, we don't gotta go all the way into it. But I was in a relationship for 4 years. I'm recently single. So, my perspective might be a little bit different from someone who's like been single and been through the dating scene. As far as being single in your 20s, right now, I feel like from my perspective, it's not the worst thing in the world, and it's a good time to really work on yourself and put yourself in a better position, just mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially, like all of that. And just find yourself and who you are and what you like, and eventually in that you'll find a partner. So that's how I feel about it.
Shit. I mean, this might sound controversial, but I feel like that's a lot easier for women to do than guys. Cause I think I touched on this in the podcast. So like, when I got out of my last relationship, so it's been like a year and a half now. Mm-hmm. I've gotten out of that. Like instantly, soon as I got out of that relationship, I got some of my friends being like, "You should take your time with, kind of like what you said, focus on yourself, make yourself a better person."
Yeah.
But when it comes to being a guy, majority of the time, people is gonna tell you, "Oh, fuck a new bitch, find a new bitch," or something like that. Like people, it kind of like people throw it down your throats, like find a whole new girl and stuff like that. And I mean, that works for some people, but it's like if you've been through something serious, kind of like what I have. Oh, fuck a new girl, that's not good enough. Because, like, that'll help you in the short term, but that doesn't help you in the long term.
That doesn't make you feel better, yeah.
I feel like, I just feel like it's tougher for guys to stay single just because you got that pressure and, like, people always telling you what to do when it's just, like, let them be. Like, let them do what they want to do, and when they feel ready, they'll get into it.
Okay. Do you feel like it's pressure, like more pressure for guys to stay single, or more pressure for guys to like kick up on girls? You know what I'm saying? Like
more pressure to kick up.
For real?
Yeah, because it's like you just get out of a relationship. It could be like the most serious breakup ever. Man, tell me, go fuck
niggas
a bitch.
Want to go, go pick up on some bitches.
Oh, let's go to the club, man. I want to help you get some bitches. And it's like, I understand that you're friends and like people want to be there for you. And like I said, it do work for some people. But it's like in certain situations, I feel like some people do just kind of need to chill out. Mm-hmm. But that's just kind of the sad thing about guys. It's just like no matter what you do, just always keep going out there and like be wild, and then you'll get over it. Like, it, talking about this kind of reminds me of this one video where this guy was saying that if you try to get all the girls you want, you're never going to be good enough. Because he was talking about how, in his experience in, like, high school, all his boys had sex. And they were all like, man, you still a virgin? What the hell are you doing?
Okay.
So he finally had sex with someone.
Yeah.
And none of them was like, oh, I see you, my boy, or nothing like that. They instantly was like, okay, well, now you got to get more bitches. You only just fucked one. So so first the narrative goes to you never had anybody to... Okay, you lacking. You got to get more. Like, what the hell? Like, that's kind of how it feels like being a guy when it comes to, like, women and shit like that.
Let me ask you, does it feel like pressure for you to stay in, like, the single life and stay, like, getting bitches instead of, like, your homies encouraging you to settle down? Or do you feel like it's, like, half and half?
I just only gotta go off of personally me, yeah, I'd say it's half and half. Cause like I do have those friends that will encourage me to be in a relationship. Yeah. But then growing up, like most of my friends were fuckboys, so most of them would tell me like, "Oh, fuck a bitch" or whatever.
Like I'm like if you talking to a girl, like you think your homie would tell you like to pursue her, be like, "Nah, bro, like stay single. Like what the fuck are you doing?"
Oh hell no, they would never. Most of my friends wouldn't tell me to be in a relationship.
Oh
with
my
them.
gosh.
So is it like that with girls? Do you feel like it's kind of like that with girls? Like, do you feel like your friends pressure you to get into relationships, or they pressure you, or if they ever do?
I feel like when I tell my girlfriends about somebody I'm talking to, it's like they're like, oh, take it slow with him, whatever. But like they're also like want me to like milk the nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like be like, oh, like seriously though, like make him take you on dates, get him for all he got, and it's like at the end of the day, I'm just trying to get to know this person. You
that's
know
what they be saying?
Yeah.
No, because I've heard some conversations from like other women where I always hear girls always say like, "Oh, just get the dick and whatever, and just leave" or something like that.
Or that, but like that's not productive either. But no, I'm more my girlfriends like telling me like, get what you can from a nigga and like, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But I don't be on that. I just want to know, get to know like a person for who he is.
Oh my! So your friends be on that city girl shit.
Yeah,
city girl they
shit.
the type.
My friends be having rosters and shit. I don't be on that shit. Like, I don't know. What's up? Let's talk about that. What's up with the rosters? Do niggas have rosters? I don't know. 'Cause girls do. Not me, but I know girls do.
I'm still just trying to process. We went from city girls to rosters, and then I'm sitting here thinking in my head, well, when I look at your snap, you do have some cute ass friends. So do I want to be added to that roster? Like,
you know what? Oh
no.
My gosh, Tevin.
Okay, no. As of right now, I am talking to somebody, but that's it. But no, I wouldn't ultimately want to. I'll have to think about that. But okay, as far as rosters, so you asked, does guys have rosters?
Mm-hmm.
It's funny that we were talking about this because that's the type of shit I was on when I first went to college.
Oh
like when I first went to college, I was talking to one girl. I was talking to another girl. I had another girl at home. I was talking to another girl at home. There was another girl I was looking at college.
Wait, please don't tell me, because somebody told me before, a guy friend, that he like basically did like a chain message, like sent the same message to all the girls, like "Good morning, beautiful" or whatever. Like,
well, like in a group chat? Or
not in a group chat, but like sent the same message to like all the girls separately.
Oh no, I'm a case by case basis.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, that's some real nigga shit. Like,
I love how I made it sound like a business. Like, yeah. No, I only focus on one client at a time.
One case at a time.
But on some real shit, I actually did send a boyfriend application to one of the girls.
What? Oh my god.
I downloaded a boyfriend application. I filled it out.
Oh my god.
And I sent it to her, and she actually liked me because I took the time to fill it out and everything.
Wait, so what happened? Did y'all talk?
Okay. Without revealing who I'm talking about. So that whole roster, or let me just go through all of them one by one. One of them was talking that freak stuff, but didn't follow through. Though she did get mad when she saw me with one of my female friends, and she thought I was with her, but it's like, you screwed your chances. But she didn't even, yeah. The other one, it was just like a little talking situation, but nothing went there. The other one was a girl I was friends with. And, like, we were getting close, but then I kind of noticed she was too much on some hoe shit.
Oh. Okay.
And I'm like, okay, see, I liked you more before I saw a bunch of hoe shit, but it's like, nah. Even though now she is in a very loyal relationship, and I kind of do be thinking, should I have?
What happened? Yeah.
Yeah. But, hey, that's his bag. That guy that she's with now, he got to deal with her baggage, not me.
Yeah, right.
So now we're down to the last two. So the one that I sent the application to, I'm trying to think of a code name for her. Let's call her Maria.
Okay.
And the other girl, the other girl.
Okay.
I think you know who I'm talking about.
I think I did too.
Okay, let's call her Sierra. So I'm talking to Maria and Sierra.
Okay.
Sierra, we were kind of like flirting off and on, and like whenever I would come home, I would usually see her. I was trying to be with her, but she told me she was gonna take me serious. I didn't believe her, but she said that she would, so I fell for it. And Maria, she was more of a newer girl. I mean, everything was cool with her, but she was more of a newer girl, but Sierra felt more familiar. Okay. So when Sierra told me that she was going to take me serious...
You kind of dropped Maria.
I dropped Maria.
Oh, no.
And then Sierra wound up screwing me over.
Gosh.
And now Maria is, I think, married with a baby.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And I told you that, or I think I told you back then that her family was rich.
That could have been your one.
That's what I'm saying. Girl had a movie theater in her house, and we all know I love movies, so
Yo.
yeah, I could have had Maria, but I fucked it over for Sierra.
Yeah.
And I don't even like Sierra no more, so
Oh my gosh.
that's the story of my roster back in college. Ever since then, I haven't tried to have a roster, nor have I tried to talk to multiple girls at once. Like, you know, when you're talking to somebody, like, people try to say you're allowed to talk to multiple people at once, and I believe you can, just as long as you let the other person know.
Right.
But it's like, ever since I fucked it up that much, I try to just stay one person at a time. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Have you ever had a roster?
For the record, no.
Okay.
Never, ever, ever. But I know girls be having rosters, and I'm sorry, girls, I'm exposing this, but I know we have rosters because we be having, like, guys for everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, girls be having guys for food, for nails, for money, for this, for that. Like, oh my gosh, it's so crazy.
Wait, your friends, like, dead ass have guys for, like, different stuff?
They have. Yeah, I know girls who have, and it's crazy. Stop getting played by these girls.
I thought that was just a meme.
No, that's for real.
Okay, I just got one question. So your friend really did just have somebody for food? Did she?
I was buying her food.
Did she like have sex with him or do anything for him? So this dude is just buying food for nothing.
He a munch.
Shut up.
It's like that. No, but seriously, yeah, like, it was getting played out.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no, guys, we gotta do better. That's some.
You know, guys will send like girls money if they think she's pretty.
Okay,
like,
no, that's some shit that does piss me off.
Yeah, like, that's crazy.
Like I hate when guys do that, because like you're not gonna get the pussy at all. Like, you're just wasting money. Not only that, but it's like these girls are just, they're not doing anything. They're not doing anything for you, but you're just sending them money. Like,
and not even that, girl. Like, they don't even have any substance to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're pretty and that's it.
Like,
who are they though?
Like, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of baddies that I follow on Instagram that be leaving their Cash App and stuff like that in there. But it's like, I'm not gonna send it to you unless like we have like some type of relationship, or I know I'm gonna get it back. Like, reciprocation is a big thing to me when it comes to relationships. So it's like, if you're not willing to give me money, why would I give it to you? Which, now that I mentioned that, how do you feel about reciprocation in relationships? Since like we stated earlier, like, girls kind of want everything out of guys, but sometimes they won't give it back. So.
Yeah, I feel like reciprocation is important. Like, just even like I said earlier, like, stuff that like isn't materials, you know, like being each other's support system, you know, like being someone each other can go to, like, and really go to, you know, like, and that's the thing too. What is your relationship built off of? Because like some days you don't like feel that love for each other, you know, and not like that, but you don't, you know, y'all could be arguing or something, like, but like, are y'all friends? You know, like, can you like get through that day and know it's gonna be fine because you'll get over it the next day, you know, like, that's what really matters. So
yeah, I feel like women will hate me because like I said, I'm really big on reciprocation. So like, whatever I'll do for you, I hope you will really do the same for me. Like, buying expensive gifts, or like you said, being my support system, or stuff
loyalty,
like
simple
loyalty.
stuff like that. Yeah, like,
oh well, in this generation, loyalty isn't that simple.
It's not that common. Yeah,
you know, it's kind of hard. Like, we don't ask for much. You know, loyalty, trust, respect. You know, just the hard things, apparently.
Yeah.
Shit, with my dating history, that you would think that's the hardest thing to get. So, speaking of dating history or whatever, have you ever basically, I'm just asking you, do you have a story where a guy have screwed you over or anything like that? You don't need to give no specific names or anything like that, but...
Definitely. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I definitely have, though. I feel like in certain situations, like, a big thing for me, too, is, like you said, reciprocation as far as, like, considering, like, each other's feelings, too. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, if, like, I would do this for you, like, I would expect you to do it for me. Just like if I wouldn't do something, I would expect you to not do that to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that sort of thing. Just not respecting boundaries, not being considerate, not being respectful, trying to be, like, manipulative, that sort of thing. I've been screwed over by a guy, so.
Well, damn, you just basically started talking about my ex.
Yeah, in man form, yeah. So.
That bitch did move like a man. But, yeah. Damn, there was something I was thinking about when it came to the whole reciprocation thing. Oh, yeah, so I remember now. Yeah. Basically, well, just like I was saying, my ex kind of was the same way. But here's the thing about me when it comes to dating and stuff like that. I don't think a lot of people realize, and I don't know if you're like this either, like, and this is something I've even experienced with the new person I'm talking to, is, oh shit, I just realized I'm sitting here saying I'm talking to somebody new and my mom watches this podcast. Oh God. Hey, Mom, don't be asking me no questions. I'll come to you about her when I'm ready to, but back to the topic. For me, see, this is why I like to be, because one thing about me is, like I said, even though I said earlier that, like, people try to pressure me into messing with different girls, I really just stick to myself until I feel like I'm ready for a relationship. And with me, I'm very picky on who I date, because I'm someone where when I like you for real. Like, I love hard. So that's why I'm really picky. And, like, with this new person, I'm kind of, like, testing out the waters. I'm like, all right, am I able to give my trust to this person? Because just like what I said with reciprocation, if I'm going to give you my all, I hope you give it right back. Because someone like me, when I love somebody, I'll die for you, to be honest. So I'm not saying I want my girlfriend to die, but, like, I want to know that that same amount of trust and loyalty is coming to me as well. So how do you feel about that? Like, do you try to be picky with, like, who you...
Yeah, I definitely feel like, I was going to say something. We was talking about, I lost it. No, I was going to say, yeah, it's important to be picky, especially, like, for me, it's about intentional dating. You know, like, can you see yourself with this person long term? You know, and for that, I feel like you have to have standards, you know, and things that you'll put up with and won't put up with, and, you know, expectations for that person, because that's going to be your person, you know, and I'm sure they would have expectations for you, I would hope. And what I was going to say is, as far as, you know, you saying that you want things in return, that too, as far as them, you know, meaning you meaning that significance to them, you know, like you saying you would die for them, and you feel like, would they die for you, you know, like, am I that significant in your life, you know, like, am I an important part of your life? Yeah, that's important, because a lot of people treat, like, relationships like whatever nowadays, you know, like,
oh, no, not me. Like, there's moments, I mean, my ex will never say this because she hates me, but, like, for me, when I say that I love hard and stuff like that, there's moments where, and not even just with the last one, but even, like, other situations, there's moments where any sign of danger, it's almost like my body goes into, like, fight mode. Like, I remember there was one day where me and my ex was just sitting down watching a movie or whatever. I heard a noise that I never heard before. I just instantly got up and ran to that noise ready to fight. And she's sitting there like, Tevin, what's going on? And I come back and I'm like, oh, it's nothing.
It was nothing.
But that's what I mean. Like, I'm
That's
almost
so good though.
it's almost like a dog that's so loyal to you. Like
Yeah, like
it barks.
alert.
It barks at any person that just walks by just because it wants to protect you. I guess you could say I'm
Yeah,
like that. So, damn, there was something else I was gonna say.
that's good though. Like I don't know. Some people think that's too much though. You know, like it depends on the person. Like, cause some people don't want somebody that's like super protective. But
Well,
I feel like that's good to have.
I'm not like protective. Like, oh, you can't do
Yeah,
this
not to the
while
point
you're
where it's
out.
controlling.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was gonna ask you too. Okay, so you said you like an independent woman. Do you feel like though it's hard or would be hard like to find an independent woman that doesn't have like the mindset of like she don't need you like to the point where like she could like cut you off and it wouldn't matter like I don't need you nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like I know you like feeling like she don't need you, but like do you like feel like it would be hard to find because sometimes they're to the point where they're nonchalant, you know, about you or about men in general?
Oh, like she
they don't
really just don't care.
yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of like women that are like independent or like boss ladies like have that mentality that they really like don't need men or don't like see a use for men, you know, like. So
See,
you think that would be hard for you to find someone who's like an independent woman but still
I feel
has
like
that, you know?
I feel like that's a case of a very thin line because there's those women out there that will be like that, but deep down, like they feel it, but they might not want to. Like you get what I'm saying? Like they might act nonchalant, but deep down in their heart, it's like, damn, I really do care about this person. Do I really want to cut them off?
Right.
So if I see like deep down that you really do love me, like if I can see that you just putting on a front or something like that, then I'll stay or like I'll be fine with it. But I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but do you kind of get what I'm saying? Yeah.
But it's hard too because independent women they do be acting nonchalant, but like they do be wanting like partnership, you know, like
Yeah.
and it's hard for them to find that they feel like because it's hard to find like men who don't want them for something, you know, other than what they have, and it's the same thing with men, you know, like that are successful or have money or whatever. You know, it's hard to find women that are authentic and don't want them for what they have.
Because, see, the thing deep down is, I don't care what nobody says, everybody wants love in some way, shape, or form. Like, even these fuck boys, like, deep down, they over here having sex with a bunch of people because deep down
hurt.
they're looking for love. It's just they're not going about it in the right type of way. So, yeah.
Yep. And that's what I was saying earlier. Like, these fuckboys, they're not just, even like city girls, like these people aren't just sleeping around just cause like they got their heart broken and they need to heal.
And
for real.
And oh yeah, so this is something I was gonna say earlier when we brought up the whole city girls thing and whatever. Something interesting I noticed about in this generation that kind of has to do with dating and whatever is how some girls let these female rappers kind of mess up their dating lives. Like, these girls will listen to city girls' advice about, scam guys out of their money and whatever. But the funny thing is, both of them are in committed relationships. Or not Young Miami, because right now she's messing around. But, like, when she first came out, she was in a committed relationship.
Yeah, definitely.
And JT's with Lil Uzi right now, and she's in love with him. Like...
Right.
And then people listening to Megan Thee Stallion basically telling girls to like...
she has a boyfriend.
Like that's the funny thing I find about all this. It's like you guys are kind of taking their lyrics to heart when deep down, just like we said, everybody's really looking for love.
Yeah.
So...
Well, that's the thing with, I guess, individuals. You know, you have to not be influenced and really look at who's saying what they're saying. You know, because just like you said, they're telling people to scam men and take them for their money and stuff. But even Beyonce, and the single ladies and all that,
Beyonce.
she's married to Jay-Z though, you know what I'm saying, and has been. So you singing single ladies and got all the women saying single ladies and you got a husband. So
that's the type of
who you
woman
taking
I
advice
like.
from? Like.
That's the type of. Now, if you guys are gonna look up to any celebrity couple, look up to that because they got the money. They both independent. They don't really need each other. I guarantee you today that if Beyonce did divorce Jay-Z after that whole cheating thing, both of them would still be
they would be
just fine.
Yeah, and have been. You know what I'm saying? Like since what's the name? Since they came out together in the early 2000s, like they've been booming. You know what I'm saying? Like they would be fine.
Now that we're on the topic of Jay-Z and Beyonce, and we are talking about dating, I want to know your answer to this controversial opinion.
Right.
So there is a lot of people that do hate Jay-Z and Beyonce's relationship, and it's partly because of the age gap. How do you feel about like couples with age gaps?
I don't know, honestly.
Cause that seems that has been a big topic lately. Like I even seen something about it on Twitter today, where like they were talking about like 18-year-old girls being with like 20-something-year-old guys, like older age or close to 30s and stuff like that. How do you feel about that?
I feel like if it's a couple years, like it's fine. But I would just question, like a older person dating someone significantly younger. Why? As far as like their mentality. Like you don't have nothing in common with this person.
Because
I'm just thinking. No, you good. I'm just thinking if I were to date like a 40-year-old, like what do we have in common? And that's not to say, look, maturity don't have an age. So that's not to say that, but I don't
can't
know.
think of you sitting next to a 40-year-old.
That's what I'm
like
saying. I would just question why. Like we don't have anything in common. So how do you feel?
I was thinking about that before I answer, I was just thinking about that real quick because somebody made a tweet where like they were showing both Jay-Z and I think he was in high school, and they were saying that like.
And Beyonce was a kid.
Yeah, like she was in kindergarten or like first grade or something like that, and I'm like.
When you put
that
like
is
that,
crazy to think. Like,
yeah, when you put it like that.
But then the crazy thing about it is they work so well as a couple. Like when you see them, one doesn't really feel too much older than the other. So to answer your question, I'm very split on it.
Okay.
Because part of me is also like, I mean, once you turn 18, you are legal. You're allowed to do what you want. But then the other side of it is kind of like what you said. Like, even if you were to get with them, what do you have in common? Or like,
with this person,
what common ground do you have with them? So,
even like,
I'm not saying that people can't do it, but it's just like.
Can. But I'm just thinking, even as far as like a long-term relationship, like if I'm with a 40-year-old, I don't know. To me, like, to each their own, but, like, even, like, having kids with somebody that's, like, 40 or 50 years old, like, a 40 or 50-year-old man, like, I just can't see myself,
I'm fucked up, because I started thinking, like, when you turn 60, they ain't gonna live that much longer.
You know what? Goodbye. That is messed up.
You turn 60 or 70, well, shit.
I know.
You good, but they got a clock.
Yeah. No, but seriously though, like, I don't know. I'm split on it too, I guess. But
the only thing I will have to say about it though, and I guess some people may get pissed off when I say this, just like how I said, like, girls, one of the big things is girls having sugar daddies and shit like that. I usually see on social media that, like, people hype up the girls that get sugar daddies and shit like that. But then also, I saw a TikTok earlier this week where a guy had an older woman, like that was his sugar mama, and people in the comments were disgusted at him and her. But when you look at the girl with the sugar daddy, oh yeah, girl, get that coin and shit like that. It's like...
It's just double standard.
It's like, why is one fine but the other... Because at the end of the day, it's still very weird and questionable. Yeah. But it's like...
Well, it's the same thing, with, like, older women dating younger men, or, like, older men dating younger women. Like, it's, like, both is weird, but it's just that double standard. Like, one is looked at, like, weirdly and one isn't. Like... I don't know. Like, people don't care if a 16-year-old, like, maybe people do, but if a 16-year-old or 17-year-old boy was with an older woman, like, you know what I'm saying? But
funny.
if it was the other way around, people be looking at that nigga like, what the fuck?
It's funny that you're talking about that, because one of my favorite shows is currently, like, doing a plot line on that.
For
real? You watched Power before, right?
Yeah, I have.
You watched Raising Kanan?
No, I haven't watched the new series.
Well, in this season of Raising Kanan, Kanan is actually in a relationship with an older woman. And, okay, spoiler.
How much older? Wait, because...
Like, her daughter is the same age as Kanan. He was originally dating her daughter, and then the mom went on to Kanan. Okay, spoiler alert. I guess spoiler for you, too. But Kanan's mom, when she heard about that, she pulled up on her and said, like, don't mess with my son no more. And, like, she basically threatened to kill her for doing that. And surprisingly, a lot of the Power fans were actually happy that Kanan's mom did that. Because, you know, usually when you hear about a boy messing with an older woman, it's almost like, he's living the dream.
Right.
Like, but in this show, I'm glad that for once I finally seen a show where they're kind of like taking it seriously. Because we know that if the roles was reversed, from day one, we would all be saying, that's fucking nasty.
Right. Why is this older man messing with this younger woman? Yeah, it's definitely a double standard. And I don't know, like, I don't know how that affects guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, even as far as like I don't want to get into the topic of like molestation and stuff like that, but even like older women like groping younger men and stuff, you know, like people would be like, oh, like that's what's up, boy, or whatever, like, but like it's really not okay, you know, and like how does that really like make him feel, you know, like
I will admit this though. Obviously, me as a guy growing up, like a lot of the things like me and my friends talk about, guys talk about. When I was younger and I seen stuff like that happen, I did used to get hype or like, whatever. Hey, he got the older woman. But then it's like when you grow up and you really think about it, because like I said, or like how we said, with women, you know, at that young age, I called out like that's fucking disgusting. But then I'm the same person that would be like, oh, hyping up a boy if he gets with an older woman. It's like now that I'm older, I can kind of look at it at an equal level and be like, yeah, that's still
weird
wrong.
Both ways. Yeah, because you think about, well, I think about like where your mentality was, you know, as a boy too. Boys and girls at like 16, 17, you know, like you were really a kid, like honestly, you know, so.
And it got me thinking, now I'm not doing free promotion out here. I'm not going to say the name of the podcast, but there is a podcast I've been listening to recently where it kind of talks about stuff like that. And they interview like men and women that had experiences like that and how it affected them growing up. And like a lot of...
You don't have to give me the name because I want to watch it now.
I'll give it to you afterward, but I'm not...
Yeah, gatekeep it.
But, yeah, some of the guys were on there and they talk about like some of their experiences like when they were younger and like how they had like older family members or like people that was older than them just kind of like
taking advantage,
and that kind of like groomed them into you know, stuff like that. So it is a very slippery slope, like talking about ages and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like I said, once a person turns 18, I'm just split on it. I feel like it's a very case-by-case basis. But if it's like they're underage, like what the hell is that older person thinking?
Right, yeah.
So
most definitely like a no-no if they're under 18.
But yeah, I think it is just crazy that you brought that up because Raising Kanan, oh yeah, that episode was good today.
I know. I'm like, now I'm going to have to watch it.
Oh yeah, so I think there was another thing I was going to ask you about, and that's kind of going back to the whole celebrity thing. How do you feel about people like looking up to celebrity couples and stuff like that?
I feel
like the Lil Durks and the Indias, the Moneybagg Yo and Ari's. Like,
to be honest, I feel like it's kind of ridiculous and unrealistic. You know, because you're not a celebrity. And you only know what they post on social media. You know, you don't know what's going on inside of their personal life and really in their personal relationship. Like, I don't know. I don't understand why you would base it off um, your relationship expectations off of celebrities. You know, like you're not even living the same life as them.
Mm-hmm.
So even expectations, you know, to find a rich nigga or whatever. How much do you have to be making now? 100K or something dumb. You know, like that's not realistic though.
It
Like
almost
these
feels like
guys,
if you ain't making a million, then you
no,
ain't getting
seriously
nobody.
though. Like, but like, guys, girls don't even want guys that work at the post office no more. Like, but that's a good job. Like, that's a government job. Like, I don't understand. Like, it's getting unrealistic. The expectations and standards for relationships, as
No,
far as celebrity based.
I'm just laughing because what you said, guys working.
I'm saying though, like as soon as they find out you work at the post office, they're like, oh nah, like I need a baller ass boss nigga.
No,
like, but they make money.
I was sitting here thinking, so we need more Janet Jacksons out here. There's too many Tupacs working at the post office.
Yes. Yeah.
That's a poetic justice joke for people that don't get it. Watch it. But but yeah, I just hate when people look up to like couples like that for no reason, like especially with this whole Blueface and Krishan Rock thing.
Oh
Like
gosh.
people be posting them all the time, looking up to them and shit like that, and I'm just like, what the fuck is there to look up to?
Yeah.
Like this is the most publicly toxic relationship I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like he's hitting on her, she's hitting on him.
Are they
like,
still together? Because I thought she broke up with
from
him.
the last I saw, they're not together. Or from what I saw, she said that they're both single, but they still sleep with each other.
Honestly, I don't know what Krishan's even doing.
Which
like,
I want your opinion on this.
yeah.
So the whole how she posted their sex tapes, or not really a whole sex tape, but like them having sex. How do you feel about that? Because I've gotten some interesting responses when I posted that on my story.
I feel like that was wrong. She shouldn't have did that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because if a guy would have posted a video of him and a girl, like that wouldn't be okay. I would be like, what the fuck? Like, why would you do that? You know, like I don't know. It's still exposing somebody. And somebody's, whatever was on the tape, their body or whatever, you know, like, that's not right.
See, because I've gotten some interesting responses where one person, I think they said, like, they've done so much to each other that this kind of just feels like nothing. And then another, I forget what the other one said, but basically, they just felt like it wasn't as serious because of everything they've been through.
No, it is serious. What? Why would you expose somebody while they're having sex? Like, I don't know, naked in their most vulnerable state. That is a big deal.
See, my thing is they are a horrible relationship to each other. Like I feel like they're both on equal footing. But as far as like posting y'all having sex without the other person's consent, in this case Krishan doing that to Blueface, it's like we kind of just looked over it and just kind of let it go. But if Blueface did it, we know he would be locked the fuck up right now.
Yeah. So, and social media, he would be like canceled.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So.
But then again, I'm used to social media having different opinions about celebrity sex tapes. Like, you know, I find it funny.
Ray J and Kim.
I find it funny how on Twitter, when a girl's nudes get leaked, you know, hella dudes are called disgusting, which, I mean, it is wrong to have, you know, a girl's nudes leaked.
But it's wrong vice versa.
But see, when a guy's thing gets leaked, like I remember when Tyga's got leaked, I think another celebrities got leaked, like women kind of just be making jokes like, oh, funny. I didn't know he was packing like that. Like they get hype and making jokes about it. I'm like, okay, but if a girl's nudes got leaked, y'all would call us disgusting. Yeah.
Double standard.
Yeah, this generation is just full of that shit.
Yeah, seriously though. On both sides.
Shit. Did we touch on all our topics? Oh, we did. Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah, we pretty much did. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Damn.
Yeah, wait. Oh, it's been 1 hour and 4 minutes.
Well, I mean, if you have anything else to say, we can go longer. If not,
if you got another topic, but if you don't.
All right, then. I guess we about to cut it here because I can't think of anything.
All right.
But so thank you, Zenai, for showing up to the podcast.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Hopefully, we can have you back on again because, no lie, when I told Al that we were talking about like modern day dating and stuff like that, he said that he kind of wanted to get in on it.
Yeah, he should have came.
So
maybe we'll do a part 2. For modern dating.
We're definitely going to do a part 2.
Yeah, and bring up more topics.
Because modern day dating, we see new wild shit every day. So we're going to have more to talk about then. But thank you for being on the podcast.
Thank you.
And with all that being said, Tevin Jameer, signing out.